Got it. Live. Hey, we're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube, like all the kids. All right.
YouTube, MeTube.
Okay. We're going to get the ball rolling.
Roll.
Welcome to episode 79 of the Thrash Report. This is for March 8th, 2022. My name is Chris, and this is your weekly music commentary podcast. We discuss all things metal and heavy music. Joining me, my co-host, Jim Osborne. Jim, how you been, man?
It's raining man from a lacerated sky.
Nice.
I've been good. How you been?
I've been doing good, man. Doing good. Little busy, busy with the work stuff.
I hear you.
Little road trip down to Des Moines this week, and then I'm heading on an aeroplane out to California. So busy week, but dude, we got a lot of cool metal news to talk about. What you been listening to this week?
Actually, I wanted to revisit Warbringer, so I have re-listened to all of their albums front to back over the last few days.
Right on. That's cool.
They still kick ass.
That is awesome, dude. Yeah, so I listened to a couple new things that we're going to talk about. But then I went back and, I'm really digging the new Creator.
Yeah.
Right. New Creator is freaking awesome. And the new Handshake with Hell, the new Arch Enemy, can't get enough. Freaking awesome. And then I also listened to the new Annihilator several times too. And it's like that's just been on kind of repeat, especially as I've been like in the car and kind of traveling around. Actually, I'm doing this new thing. I know those of you that do participate in Lent, right? You give something up for Lent. I don't participate in that, but I follow somebody that what they do is they start at Lent and they start this 40-day purge of decluttering. They get rid of shit, and their idea is to get rid of 40 bags of shit in 40 days.
Yeah, you did that last year too, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, and I didn't make it all 40 days. It gets kind of hard. You start with full steam ahead and you're like, holy shit, I don't want to do this anymore. But last weekend, yeah, dude, I got like 4 bags of garbage. I got went through my kitchen again and got rid of old Tupperware and just shit. I'm never going to a wok. Got rid of a wok. You know how long I've had this wok and I've never cooked in a wok. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I feel bad for you.
So that's what I've been doing is just kind of trimming stuff. But yeah, listening to those albums while I'm decluttering and throwing shit away was pretty badass. So been listening to a lot of good stuff. But let's go ahead and jump into the headlines, man. We got a wicked, awesome, huge headline that I can't even, to really talk about this, it's better if we start with this. Dude. Yeah, the one and only Dave Lombardo
has joined Testament.
Dude, it's so awesome. In all honesty, I kind of forgot that he was on The Gathering. He did The Gathering. So he was in Testament 1998 through 99, did the work on The Gathering, but left before they toured. Mm-hmm. And I kind of totally I totally forgot about it. So Yeah, when I read that, I was like, oh shit, like I remember those tracks, fucking kick ass. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited. So he played on their 8 studio album. That was at the time, again, their only Testament album for 23 years to feature Lombardo, who left right before touring started, but then he rejoined in 2022, and I am stoked. It'll be fun.
Yep, I was. Our Jose said he had a special. Uh, they did a special where they released who was the new Testament drummer on the air, and I was thinking about it beforehand, and I came up with Dave Lombardo. I figured it would be him. I didn't know who else it could have been.
Right.
So I was sitting there. I had just gotten home from work, and Jose came on. Like, all right, well, I'll just sit in the driveway for a little bit. And while I was waiting for it, I started scrolling through, and I saw that Metal Sucks had released 9 minutes ago Dave Lombardo, the new drummer for Testament. About 10 minutes before Jose did the official
Yeah.
Zoom meeting with the release. But yeah, that's pretty cool news.
It is. It is. It's going to be. It's pretty cool, and I think that it's that. It's a caliber of drummer. I mean, who else is going to come in and kind of behind the atomic clock, right? I mean, you need someone that can truly fill those really fast feet. But yeah, so I also will include a link because in doing some research here, there was a YouTube link that said, top 10 times Dave Lombardo was the best drummer on earth. And there is some awesome clips in there from, studio stuff to live performances with Slayer. And it was fun to watch. So Dave Lombardo in Testament, I'm super stoked for this next album.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So what's this next story here, Jim?
Well, I stumbled across this thing called Band Bond app. Band Bond app.
Yeah, we talked about this. Gosh, it was super early into the podcast. I mean, this must have been just the first few episodes, right?
Yeah, I was wondering if it was the same thing because I hadn't heard about it for such a long time. But yeah, basically a new social media app for bands. And it doesn't have any of the stupid algorithms that you have to go through, or you can't see everything from every band, or they don't block anything, and you don't have to be a signed band. And they're hoping that this summer they can release it. So looking forward to that.
Very cool. Yeah, Band Bond 2.0 is here. Get it in the App Store or the Google Play Store this summer. It's going to be cool. So they actually would have exclusive content in the past. So I actually have the original version, exclusive content. They were adding bands all the time. And, sometimes, I mean, not all the big bands were on there at first, right? So they kept on adding bands, but they would have exclusive content, interviews. They would interview with like Chuck Billy, for instance, stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited for this. I mean, not that we need another social media platform, but it's cool for nerds like us.
Yep. No, that'd be awesome. Good luck to them.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, then I saw also just a headline that grabbed my eye from Metal Injection. And their headline is "Take a minute today and discover some bands who released killer new singles in February, like Extinction AD was listed first." So I just thought that was really cool because they're friends of ours and their new music is amazing. And glad to see them on there and getting a lot of airplay and people talking about them. So good for them. And just 10 more days from now, March 18th, their new album drops. So looking forward to that big time.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, very cool. Congrats to them and all the bands that Metal Injection talked about, basically these underground bands that you might have missed in the month of February. So yeah, shout out to our guys at In Extinction AD. Dang it, I should have been wearing my Extinction AD shirt. All right, man. So this next one, I thought of you like when I actually read it. Basically, I read the story talking about In Flames finishes recording. Basically, In Flames frontman finished recording vocals for their 14th studio album. And this is follow up to I the Mask back in 2019. So I know you're an In Flames fan. I know you're not necessarily a fan of this album, but this is the one that I usually think of.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know why, but that riff just it gets me, man. So good. And I think the one thing that always comes like in my mind too was I think the first time I heard it was also via the video, and the video was they did like, you know, the Matrix style like stop camera rotation bullshit. And so it was really cool how they did that in the video. And I think that's why it's so like stuck in my brain. But yeah, so you excited about new In Flames, bro?
No, I'm not. Like you said, I'm a fan of their early stuff, and I just haven't been able to get into their stuff after Clayman. I think you just play Cloud Connected. Is that what that is? Yeah. So I heard that and was like, I don't know.
Do they?
I still like them. I still think they're a great band, and
Sure.
a couple of their songs from the last few years or last couple of albums I have liked.
Yeah.
But
Didn't
they're just
Clayman?
not- What's
I
that?
say, didn't they re-record Clayman for an anniversary or something? I thought.
Colony, I think. Was it
Oh,
Colony?
okay. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm nothing against them, just not my style anymore. So I'm
Right on. Well, I wonder
not
where
excited,
they're at.
but I would if I do. If I forget what they're, they had a couple songs, like I said, that were good in the last couple of years. So if they have more like that, yeah, I'd be happy.
Cool, man. Yeah, I wonder if you know, well, I don't know where they're at in the production. I mean, again, this was posted from Anders' social media account, basically saying that he finished recording. Where they're at in production, you know, hopefully we'll get a new single here pretty soon. The album's due out later this year, so we should be able to see something soon.
Nice.
Cool, dude.
They may surprise me.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about some new releases. We got some fun stuff to talk about here.
Yeah. A band named Clasomaniac. That is kind of I don't know if you'd call it a twin sister band or I call it twin sister because I was at a concert way back when, and there's a band that was playing, and then they said, now we're going to play our twin sister band, and then they all switched instruments and started playing new music. Clasomaniac is made up of, I believe, 3 members from our friends in Agony Reigns.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Micah is singing and playing guitars. Matt is guitar, I think, maybe bass. And then Jake is on drums. And the new single Self Doubt just came out last week. And it kills. Loving it.
Holy shit. Dude, that is awesome. That was the first time I heard it. So yeah, dude, that was brutal.
Yes.
So
Self Doubt, Clasomaniac.
Clasomaniac. Cool, man. Thanks for throwing that in there. That was awesome.
You got it.
Yeah, this next one is by the band named Crypta. This one we actually talked about them. I don't know what episode number, but a while ago. They actually they have their debut release came out in 2021, but they now have a reissue, and they actually added a brand new track called I Resign in this reissue that you can get. And they actually posted just a couple days ago the video through Napalm Records, and it's freaking awesome. So really good stuff by Crypta. the thing is too, Jim, we mentioned this before, there's just so much coming out of Brazil. So Crypta actually is a Brazilian Dutch death metal band. They formed in 2019. And yeah, I'm excited for that debut release that came out last year. I haven't listened to the album since we talked about him before, so I'm excited to dig into that now that I added it to my playlist.
Nice. And who is this next one?
Yeah, this next one, it's a band that I actually pulled this from our friends at Thrash Mania, another Facebook group that, you know, they post a lot of great content. And this band is named Thrash Rock, or Thrash Shock, I should say. The name of this new album is titled Flags of Hate. And it looks like they have 3 releases in Apple Music going back to 2018. But again, this title track, Flags of Hate, is a pretty killer track. Love that.
What's up, gal?
So again, the band is Thrash Shock, and this new release, Flags of Hate. If anyone has any more info about Thrash Shock, let us know. I couldn't really find any background information or like where they're from, how long they've been around. Like I said, there was about 3 different releases on Apple Music, but dude, I like them. They're good. The new one's in my playlist, ready to rock.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds good. I will check out more.
Cool, dude. What do we got cooking to the concert calendar, Jim?
The only thing on my mind right now is Lich King and Toxic Ruin. They're coming through on the 19th of March up in the Twin Cities.
Nice. I know you got your ticket.
Uh-huh.
I do not have my ticket yet, but I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to make that happen.
Yeah, and speaking of Lich King, and we just had the Super Bowl. Apparently, they have a contest between band members, or maybe it's just 2 of the band members.
Yeah.
Every year on the Super Bowl, and the loser has to do something usually pretty embarrassing, like having to do with food or something. And Brian, the drummer, I believe was his name, lost this year, so he had to take, I forget how many sandwiches, but he had to play like the beanbag toss or
Yeah,
the hell you call it,
cornhole.
Yeah, and he had to chuck sandwiches through the hole, and everyone he missed, he had to eat. And they live streamed it earlier this week. I only saw a minute or so, but I'd like to go back and check that out because dudes are known to be pretty funny.
Well, first of all, I am a fan of sandwiches. I'm also a fan of beanbags, so
Nice.
that's awesome. So yeah, we'll try to get out to see Lich King as well. Again, this month we got a handful of shows coming up. We're gonna see. Actually, since I was traveling, I missed Cannibal Corpse this week. Cannibal Corpse was local here, and as well as Killswitch Engage was the Sunday before. But yeah, we're going to let's see. I think we have a couple shows coming up. I have, was it Seven Dust is coming up, and then Steel Panther the same week. So I'll see those shows. And then All That Remains is coming up at the end. So I will see All That Remains as well. They've been pretty active on social. Yeah, I'm a super fan of them guys. So
I was always wondering if Dying Fetus and Aborted have ever gone on a tour together.
Good question.
What would you call that?
That'd be a good combo, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How do you come up with this stuff?
No, it just plops into my head.
Yeah, this Friday also at the Fine Line here in Minneapolis, Immolation is also going to be playing. I know that some I know some of our listeners and some people online, again, super fans of the new one. I just really couldn't get into it. I mean, I listened to it. I have some previous releases too. Um, I think our boy Bill liked him. He posted them. I try to kind of check out pretty much everything because Bill is pretty active, like on Twitter. He'll post. I think he's in our chat room right now. Hey,
Yeah.
Bill. Um, yeah, so I try to check out, most of the things if I have time to kind of check because it's kind of my music discovery, right? It's how we find out stuff. It's kind of like the modern day of trading tapes, right? So
Yep.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and the sea. I did just think of Midwest Death Fest that we've talked about. I think it's June 4th. And
Yep.
we've listed all the bands before and mentioned that they have a mystery headliner. And I think I saw that in the next week or two, they're going to reveal who that is.
Nice. Also, yeah, and which so again, super excited to see who that headliner is. But also, we found out too that lineup will be announced April 1st for Dime Stock, which we're super
Yeah.
excited. Super excited about Dime Stock. We're excited that we get to be part of that. It's going to be a fun time. So again, keep your eye out for the headline there coming up in April and how two metal nerds that have a podcast might be hanging out.
Yeah.
So cool, dude. What else? What are we doing? Oh, dude, I want to hear about your local record store story.
Yeah. So my trivia this week, I guess, isn't me asking you a question. It's just something that I did last week. Our local record store in La Crosse is called Audio Lust Records. It's an
Cool.
awesome store. If you're in the area, check it out. If you're not in the area, check it out anyway. Get over here. And they have kind of a theme every month, and they ask some trivia questions. And they say the first person to come into the store with the correct answer gets a prize. And then they usually say you have to purchase a certain amount too. So last week the question was it the Golden Gods Award in 2017? Who got the best breakout metal band? So best breakout metal band of 2017 according to the Golden Gods Awards.
2017.
Let's
Okay,
see if
so
Bill knows this one. Maybe we'll hang on for a bit.
5 years ago. Dude, should we give it a little bit? Let's see if anyone in the chat room knows.
Yep, I had a guess right away because I had heard something earlier that day of an album that came out by they're Swedish band too. Did I say that?
No,
Swedish band, 2017 breakout metal band. And then earlier that day, I had heard a band name, but it was not them. So I had to Google it because I didn't know.
ooh, good guess.
And I felt kind of bad when I went into the store to pick it up, and or I was joking around with them on Messenger first before I went in. And they said, you had to Google that, didn't you? I said, yes. So ashamed, but once I reveal the answer, you'll know it's not a band that I'm totally into. But Bill's thinking.
Cool. Our boy, I Need More Cowbell. That's Kren, right?
John Krenz, yeah.
Nice. Dude, I'll see him at All That Remains.
Yeah, I'm guessing Bill.
Yes.
Bill and
Karak Engren. Hey, Gal, do you got your tickets for Karak Engren? Awesome.
I'm guessing Bill guessed Power Trip before I said they're from Sweden.
Correct. Oh, Avatar. Was that the win?
Are they from Sweden? Like I said, I was messaging the store to see if they'd gotten a winner yet, and then they said they hadn't. So I said, well, I will put on my clown paint and be there shortly.
Oh.
So I walked in, and yes, the answer is Avatar.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got a free Avatar album for my vinyl collection.
That's cool.
I had to spend $25 to get it, so I got a used Deep Purple live in Japan and the new Trivium.
Nice.
And yeah, it's awesome.
That's very cool, dude.
Yeah. So not a huge Avatar fan, but they got some catchy stuff, and
Yeah, yeah, dude. And they put on an awesome live show. I saw them.
I've heard that.
Yeah, when I first saw them at Rockfest, it blew me away. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because they played, so just super early in the day. Like they could have easily been way up the list. They were, the caliber of band they are. But
Yeah.
cool. Well, let's go ahead and jump back in the day.
Do it.
Back in the day. Well, that was back in the day. And never you weren't there. It doesn't matter anyway.
All right. This is our new look at a release from back in the day. And then we're going to jump back to 1991. And this is a band that originally came out of Seattle, Washington. It was originally based in Seattle, but then it then was based in San Antonio. And they formed in 1989 when original ex-Metal Church vocalist David Wayne formed this band. And this band's name is Reverend. And the one thing that I remember that it really sticks out in my mind as well is that some of the original members in this band way back in 1991 to 1993, their drummer was none other than Jason Ian Rosenfeld. Yes,
That sounds familiar.
Scott Ian's brother. Yes, played drums for Reverend. And I was just instantly a fan. And this was, I learned of them in 1991 when their album called Play God was released. Didn't realize they had an album prior to that called The World Won't Miss You. And so that was their first one. But yeah, so if you check out Reverend, I think you'll dig it. So check this out. This is from the album Play God. This is Butcher of Baghdad by the band Reverend. Here it comes. Get ready for it. So Reverend, that was our little blast from the past, 1991. This was one where I remember having the cassette, and I mean, it was one of those where you were wearing off the writing, right? I mean, you just listened to it over and over and over again. I had my Walkman and I would listen to it in high school. And then after I would leave high school, I would drive over to Votech, listen to it at Votech. And then I would it was just, nonstop. Pretty crazy, man. So, yeah.
Speaking of the Ian family, and you just said 1991 a whole bunch of times, like every time I hear someone say 1991, I just always want to start going into I'm the Man. Always on run. 7 years ago, we wrote this one.
Dude, speaking of Scott Ian and family, holy shit. Have you been seeing his social posts with him and Rebel?
Rebel playing the drums?
Yeah. They've been covering all sorts of stuff. I mean, Sepultura and it's pretty awesome. He was doing Indians the other day. Pretty nice. Cool. I mean, I don't even know. I don't remember how old Rebel is, but yeah, I mean, pretty awesome. So
very cool.
Yeah. The nut doesn't fall far from the tree. So I don't know. Cool, dude. We're on to new wave of thrash. Today in the day.
Yeah, I see our man David Edmonds is in here, and we got a band from up here, his neck of the woods. Thrashers calling themselves Tymo from Edmonton, Alberta.
Yeah, and so after that just brutal assault, then they apologize because they're Canadian.
Canadians are banned from Into the Trivia Pit, by the way. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that, dude. Really?
Yeah. Back in January, some Canadian came into the trivia pit and just blew it up and kicked ass. So the host decided no more Canadians for, was it 6 months, I think.
That's
Then one
awesome.
snuck on a week or two later.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So Canada is metal.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
check
Dave.
out Tymo. That song was called "The Art of the Maniac." Is that that's the title of the album as well?
Yes, sir. Came out just recently, and they have another one from, I think, 2017, Purge and Resist. And then they've got a couple singles and EPs out. But yeah, thrashy as hell with a little bit of groove thrown in. It's, I don't know, it's like it was made for me.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude. Thanks for turning that on to me. I know you sent me a text saying to check them out, and I listened to them on the road. Yeah, pretty badass.
Yeah, and David commented that says these dudes are awesome. So yeah, you know about them. And speaking of Dave, some news out of his house today. He and Jamie got engaged. Congratulations, you guys.
Holy shit! Congratulations.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. That's awesome, man.
David, of course, is a former two-time guest of ours and good
Yeah.
friend of the show. So congratulations, and thanks for all your support, Dave. We appreciate it very much.
Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this next one that you brought up, following a show that we're talking about, the show that we had with Pursuit, Maul,
Mhm.
Agony Reigns, Coffin Rights. Let's go ahead and give an update on that show.
Yeah, so they had the show last weekend, I think, and they were on the 26th of February, actually. And apparently it went awesome. I wasn't able to make it up there. And everyone that I saw was there. I said how great it was. Every band kicked ass. And then Pursuit reached out to us last week, wondering if we could share this. But with all the shit going on with Russia and Ukraine and stuff, you know, people are fundraising for the people of Ukraine. So they have a show poster signed by all the bands, and they're raising money and are going to give away the poster. And they've already raised a bunch of money, and it's a really cool thing. I know I donated through Gamma Bomb. I bought a Gamma Bomb shirt with the Ukraine flag on it, and 100% of those proceeds go to UNICEF and supporting a cause. So
That's that's awesome. And that Global Giving Fund now is up to over $9,000 of their $15,000 goal. So thanks to everyone that has supported. Again, we're going to have that post, that link. We've shared it in our social media feed. Go ahead and find that. And please go ahead and, show our support for Ukraine.
for sure.
Awesome. What do we got next, man?
I think this is where we say goodbye.
No. Well, hey, man, this was
You got something else.
super fun as always, dude. There's so much, bro. Well, we got to save some for next time. So, hey, man, I just want to, before we wrap up, I want to thank everyone in our chat room. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I want to thank everyone for your continued support and listening and downloading the podcast. Make sure you go and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We'd really appreciate leaving a review in Apple Podcasts. It really does kind of bump us up in the list. So,
it could just be a recipe for a meal too. Just
yeah, totally, absolutely.
Just drop some text in there.
That's awesome. But yeah, thanks everyone. We want to hear from you too. Make sure you contact us via all of our socials. You can find them at thrashreport.com, as well as links and archive to all of our episodes. And you can also email us at thethrashreport@gmail.com. We will see everyone next time. And we wish everyone a great weekend. See ya.
Goodbye.
Whoops, wrong one. Too many buttons.
Like a derp.
All right, and